Well, here we are in Wausau, Wisconsin, as boys soccer is in the air here at Zaleski Sports. We have a very interesting one here for you this evening, as it's going to be two teams season, one team trying to avenge a playoff knockout by the other. Should be a great one here. River Falls Wildcats versus Wausau East Lumberjacks on Zaleski Sports, and this pregame show is brought to you by Auto Select, located on Schofield Avenue in Weston. Been providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. With a 3-year nationwide warranty and free roadside assistance at Auto Select, you're good to go. Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston, and also on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Stevens Point.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable, with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
And we welcome you back here to Wausau, Wisconsin. Connor Phillippe on the call this evening. So we're about 4.5 minutes away from the opening kick of this soccer match here this evening. Once again, starting out the season, and this fall season could not come soon enough. Has plenty of action as well during the summer here on Zaleski Sports, but always that itch to get back to that fall weather, that September action here. And we're almost to September, but not before this matchup, again, between the Wildcats and the Lumberjacks. And this is a very interesting one because of the way that these two teams faced off the last time they played each other. But first, we'll take a look at both of these two teams. The River Falls Wildcats last season were 7-12-1 overall, were 4-5-1, which ended up with 4th in a solid Big Rivers conference. You got teams like Hudson and Eau Claire Memorial in that conference, so a very strong and tough one. But 4-5-1, trying to up that number this season. They lost 8 seniors from last season, which is the big story. So they will try to make up for that this season with some of the young up-and-comers, as well as some players coming into leadership roles this season. Still plenty of upperclassmen to be excited about. Cole Paulson, Graydon French, Jaden Oliver, and Sam Widener will head things up for River Falls as some of the players to watch, as noted by head coach Adam Koger. As for Wausau East, they were 10-6-4 overall last season, 3-4-3, winding up in 4th in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, which is also a pretty strong conference. A couple top teams on that one as well. They lost 5 seniors from last season, but they have a strong roster of seniors that will take you through as this match gets underway. But of course, Matthias Clemens, a player to watch for this team, Abonde Msenwa as well as Caden Klempnorth, who will be the starting goalkeeper for the Wausau East Lumberjacks. And he will be taking over for Andrew Kraft, who was a goalkeeper last season and graduated. And as they welcome the teams to the field, we bring you into kind of the extra side story from last year that will be a big factor in the beginning of this game. Wausau East.
Junior Colin Jennings.
Wausau East won 4-0 to start off the season last year, right around the same time we're calling this game this year. But then at the end of the season, their season ended at the hands of River Falls. They were up 2-0 in that match, ended up scoring the first 2 goals in the first 13 minutes of play. And then 3 straight goals rattled off. All 3 scored, however, by Wyatt Nelson, the senior from last year that River Falls lost, one of the biggest losses for them last season, but they were able to move on to the 3rd round of the playoffs, where they did eventually lose to New Richmond, which is a very good team. But that's going to kind of be the revenge arc that Wausau East is going to try to exact here this evening, as we continue to see the starting lineups for both of these two teams. And we have my first and hopefully only pronunciation change of the game, because head coach Adam Koger is the way you pronounce that name. I was so concerned about making sure I got all the kids' names right, so I apologize, Coach.
Sophomore number 2, Lincoln Holes. Senior number 4, co-captain Matthias Clemens.
We'll bring you through the Lumberjacks here. Number 2, Lincoln Holz, a starter.
Victor
Number 4, Matthias Clemens.
Junior
Number 6, Victor Sikora.
Veliska.
Number 7, Cooper Veliska.
Co-captain Nicholas
Number 9, Nicholas Strand, one of the captains of this team alongside Clemens.
Abande Muzenwa.
Number 11, Abande Msenwa, the senior.
Number 12, Gideon.
The senior number 12, Gideon Wise.
Senior number 13, Aaron.
Senior number 13, Aaron Schellenberger.
Sophomore number 14.
The sophomore number 14, Jaron Nikolai.
The Wausau East Lumberjacks are coached by Ben Johnson.
And that is your team, of course, like I said, Caden Klepnorth as well in goal for this Wausau East team.
Now, if you would please rise.
And now it's time to honor the country with the national anthem, and we will do the same up here in the booth.
Playing of our national anthem.
And now all that is left to do is to start playing some soccer here from Wausau East. Facility right out here on the outskirts of Wausau East High School. Wausau East football plays over at Tom Field about 5 minutes down the way. But a great multi-sport complex that Wausau East has here, and a very nice comfy press box. And we we appreciate, I should say, everyone who helped us get up here, get everything set up, the sports information directors and everyone here that helped us out as we got set up for this game. And also a big thank you, as well as I always want to do, to appreciate the coaches Adam Koger as well as Ben Johnson, talking to both of them before the game. And amidst all the preparation, amidst all of the stress and excitement of the start of the season, both very courteous in answering all my questions and both saying, how do you do? So appreciate meeting both of them. As some opening sprints to start things off for both of them. Getting loose, it's kind of that part of the year where really the juniors and the seniors, the upperclassmen, kind of have that upper hand of kind of knowing what it's like. But even for them, you got to shake that rust off. And the first few plays of the match always kind of have that vibe of just kind of getting back into action. Those practices and scrimmages never quite feel exactly the same as when the action actually starts. And so we'll be seeing a lot of that at the start of this one, but that's kind of where you bring the factor into the equation of the fact that Wausau East has over half of their starting roster that are either juniors or seniors. I count about 20 to 21 of their total roster that are all upperclassmen. River Falls losing a significant number of their seniors from last season. Still plenty of juniors and seniors and upperclassmen, and like I said, experience and seniority doesn't always tell the story, but they will have to kind of see how they move on from, again, the departure of Wyatt Nelson. Wyatt Nelson, like I said, scored all 3 goals in that playoff victory versus Wausau East last season, whereas Matthias Clemens, as well as I believe it was Abande Msenwa, both scored the goals in the playoffs for Lumberjacks. They're both still here. Of course, one game does not tell the story of your entire season, which is kind of evidenced by the fact that East won the first match 4-0, and then River Falls wins the second one. You know, it really is any given day and any given evening for any of these teams. Early throw in to start things off from the far side of your screen, trying to spring one loose early on, but it's closed in nicely there by Ryersdorf. And to the near side of your screen. Played out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for the Lumberjacks. Schellenberger taking this one and throwing it past midfield. A nice early turnout here. Of course, 6 o'clock start, so a little bit earlier than you would usually expect. And usually always the crowd a little bit lighter when a team traveling as far away as River Falls is, but still great showing for both teams, showing their support. And we thank everyone watching on the live stream as well. Cutting this one back, trying for a crosser. That one is going to scoot free, but it's going to be grabbed and out of harm's way for the time being. And Colin Jennings, starting goalkeeper for River Falls, junior for this team. Number 0 when he's in goal, number 19 when he's playing on defense. He can do both. As Holt Brunkhorst playing forward as well as backup goalkeeper for this team. Heading now into that corner and trying to poke this one forward, getting a foot on it there. Back upfield and now kicking this one from short range, and that one's going to be handled. A little more like medium range there, but 2 early looks for this Wausau East team, and especially in a sport that sometimes can measure time of possession even more than scoring chances. And kind of that discernment between a scoring chance and a quality scoring chance is sometimes a little bit difficult, as this one is going to be sent in. That one blocked before it can get anywhere close, but now it's in dangerous territory here for River Falls. This one's kicked up and hits the football crossbar. And that one will be a free kick, or excuse me, a goal kick for River Falls. Plenty of action on that side of the field in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds. As River Falls is going to try and take a deep breath and try and control things for a little while here. Well, this one knocked away immediately off the foot by Wausau East. Played over there on the far side by French, all the way back towards midfield. Devon Fox now with it, trying to knock that one away from a Lumberjack, and they'll retain possession for now. Oliver plays it back to one of his teammates over there on defense. A little bit of ticky-tack over here around midfield, and now Wausau East has it back. Trying to spring that one loose once again. We've seen Msenwa have a couple good opportunities before it gets kind of smothered by that River Falls defense. Throw in once again on the far side. This one's going to be played over to Peterson. Getting this one up towards the corner, defended nicely there by Paulson and sent back out, but still Lumberjacks threatening. That one's going to be sent in, and it's wide right. Sent in that time by Nicholas Strand, another one of these seniors for Wausau East, like I mentioned. Matthias Clemens and Nicholas Strand, the captains for this team to start out the season. Ben Hutmeyer, Graydon French, the captains for this River Falls team. River Falls able to get the ball back, but trying to really establish something in their territory for the first time in this match. They get a little bit of room here. Sending this one across, getting around one defender, but then being knocked away nicely from it. As Wausau East will get it back, a little bit of space to work with around the football 35. Wong sending that one back, and it's taken away by Msenwa. He's got a little bit of space, but numbers for River Falls. Going to have to get clever here, and they're able to push this one past. A little too far for a good shot on his foot, so he's going to have to work it back, trying for a crosser, and it goes a little too far, a little too much power on that kick. Definitely one of those things you see in some of the first 2 or 3 matches of the season. You know, everyone knows that feeling of just having those wide eyes when you see an opportunity, getting a little too excited and then putting a little too much or not enough on it. Those are the kind of things you shake off as you get further and further into this game, but that one was also going to be kind of a tough opportunity even if it connected. River Falls sends this one back and out of bounds. But River Falls has possession as Nelson's going to throw it in. And again, want to preface that is Hugo Nelson. Again, Wyatt Nelson was a senior last season, graduated. As this one is going to be sprung loose here. Msenwa has an opportunity, and that one just wide left. What a chance that was from Msenwa. Some speed on the back half of that River Falls defense that was able to catch up to it and make it just difficult enough. Otherwise, he would have had a point-blank shot that would have been very difficult for Jennings to stop. But another sigh of relief here for River Falls as they try to get a little bit of momentum on their side here. As this one's going to be knocked away briefly before Wausau East gets back on top of it. Over there on the far side. That one sent in a little too far. And that one going to be scooped up again. Jennings has had his fair share of chances to get some early stops. Good distance on that kick that sent it far beyond midfield. Now Wausau East cutting it back up. Sending this one back into the corner. And that one is going to go for a goal kick. We thank you for watching again here on Zaleski Sports. We'd like to remind you, if you hit subscribe on the YouTube page, you can go ahead and go in the comment section and let me know where it is you're watching from, who it is you're cheering on or supporting, any other information you'd like to pass along. We always like to hear where people are watching and or listening from. And especially for the River Falls folks, we hope that this gives you an opportunity to watch your squad even when it is a good distance away. And this one knocked away, a little bit of space for the time being for River Falls, as this one will be kept inbounds nicely, but then Wausau East able to poke it away, overcommitting a little bit to that attempt to keep it in bounds, and they were able to reap the benefits of it. As this one will wind up out of bounds, they'll give possession still to Wausau East. The Lumberjacks heave it in. And Senwa, we've seen him involved in a lot of plays so far, gets a crosser over. Knocked down, no whistle called there. Sent back in for the Lumberjacks, but knocked away nicely on defense. That was Huttmeyer with a nice play. Crossed around for Wausau East. They know they can kind of play to their tempo right now as River Falls is trying to establish things, as that one is sent clear out of bounds and into the seats. Going down to the ground, Msenwa, he gets right back up though, as Wausau East will send things back to get a little bit of space again. Msenwa now with it again. Trying to send this one across, trying to get the speed on it. Able to at least get possession. He's got two Wildcats closing in on him, trying with the crosser, but it was just a little too far, and now scrambling to get it out and able to do so are the Wildcats. With a foot on it now, Devon Fox. And they're just trying to kind of get in a position where they get enough momentum to get enough of their guys on that side of the field. Starting off the game, playing defensively as the Lumberjacks head back with it. Another crosser attempt, but it's knocked away nicely from Msenwa by Widener. Able to outpace that one to the ball nicely. And sending this one in, Schellenberger. Deflect off one player. Holtz had it for a second. And now the Wildcats able to send it right back. There's Fox with it. Clements now sending it back. And around now to Schellenberger. Nikolai now trying to win the race. He's able to make a nice move. But then a nice slide there by Maud. And the Wildcats can send it right back around Oliver with it. Over to Paulson. Knocked away nicely by Wausau East, trying to send it into the corner. Msenwa there. River Falls muscling it away, though, sending it all the way to Spalding towards midfield. Fox now tried to poke it away, but it went to a Lumberjack. And now kind of playing a battle across the midfield, kind of between the football 30s the last couple seconds. And this whistle will be called. So Wausau East will retain possession. After a flurry of activity the first few minutes, the last couple have been a little bit more quiet for both squads, but the Lumberjacks still maintaining that time of possession. Sending this one in across as that one is grabbed nicely by Jennings. And speaking of that time of possession metric I talked about, kind of the last time these two teams played each other almost kind of shows that it kind of can be a mixture of both. You want to dominate time of possession. You want to have the ball on your side of the field. That's where good things happen. But at the same time, take a look at kind of the way that game went. The Lumberjacks scored the first 2 goals in the first 13 minutes of play. And then it was quiet for quite a while before River Falls immediately scored 2. And then the final one scored in extra time. So sometimes a team can look dominant for a good 20 to 30 minutes and then just completely flip the script of the match when you get a few opportunities that go your way. You can kind of breathe a little bit. You're not as exhausted having to play defensively. Things can change at the drop of a hat. This one's going to be sent in by Peterson. Good opportunity here for the Lumberjacks. Sent in, and this one is going to be grabbed on his knees by Jennings. Jennings hasn't had to be Superman quite yet in the course of this one, but doing a good job of really what I think is one of the most difficult parts of being a goalkeeper is knowing when to stay in the goal and when to try to make your way out. And even when there was that opportunity by Msenwa, he trusted his defense to be able to catch up to that ball and play it out so that he didn't have to make too difficult of a save and didn't have to come out of his net, as that one will be out of bounds and a River Falls throw in. So now they're getting kind of close to that territory they want to get to, but then it's kicked out of bounds. A little bit of a miscue there between 2 players as Wausau East will get possession right back. Off a shin and sent across. Wausau East playing up tempo with it now. Strand sending it all the way across. Msenwa is going to get this one towards the corner. Trying with a crosser, but it's blocked off a body. Might have been French there. But it will be out of bounds, and so a corner kick. Going to be Peterson taking this one. Again, Peterson, one of the seniors for this team, a midfielder. He sends this one in. It's a pop-up, and it is going to be headed, but then knocked out of harm's way. River Falls with a nice defensive stand, but they're not out of the woods yet. It's going to eventually be grabbed there by Nelson, where he sends it back, and it pinballs out towards midfield. Nice sequence there by River Falls on defense. This one's going to be sent all the way back as they're going to try and regroup a little bit here. Pressuring a little bit, but now Wausau East has the space. Nikolai trying to play it there was Maud, but Wausau East maintains. This one sent in, trying a jailbreak, racing to it there, and the defense wins on the possession. No, Wausau East still able to get a foot on it, and now knocking away is Oliver. Header is going to roll towards the near side. That ball won by River Falls. Sending that one in across, hoping that one would sneak through the defenders, but it didn't. Winding up right back with Peterson. And now sending it across to Nikolai, who crosses the field with it. Knocked off of a leg by Paulson. First 15-30 gone in the matchup here. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits that start day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. That's foundationfinance.com. Lumberjacks continuing to put pressure on this side of the field as here comes Peterson with it. And that one's going to be knocked away on the near side. Nikolai to throw it in for the Lumberjacks. Sending this one nicely over. Trying to work for some space there. Strand working against two different River Falls players is going to be kicked out, but on the goal side. Strand is going to be the one sending it in. First goal kick or corner kick from this side of the field. It is sent in, and that one a bit too far. Crosses all the way to the far side of your screen and knocked out of bounds for a River Falls throw in. As a few substitutions are going to be coming in here. And it looks like it's going to be Holt Brunkhorst, Louis Davis, as well as it looks like Jack Lawley all coming in. Davis a junior, Brunkhorst a sophomore, and Lawley a sophomore as well. Seeing some of that youth for this River Falls team. And I've been talking a little bit about the experience that being an upperclassman comes with, but don't you dare for a second think that having good up-and-coming young players on your team is ever a bad thing, even for the short term, not even for the long term, because you never know when a player is going to just have their immediate coming out party on varsity and really make an impact. As this one gets sent across past midfield, as this one's going to be grabbed by River Falls. And I apologize, I don't see a number 13 on my roster, so I will try and work and see if I can figure out who that is. So my apologies to that player for the time being. And if someone potentially could help me out in the comment section, that would be much appreciated. I don't even see a number 13 on my JV roster, so we'll see if we can figure out that mystery at some point. But River Falls, a little bit of extra time of possession here than they had at the beginning of this one. Maybe getting a little more comfortable here, as we're still only 19 minutes into this one. As this one is sent out of bounds, River Falls will throw it in. Paulson will get this one. From residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Give them a call or find them online at newtonelec.com. That's newtonelec.com. Header out of harm's way there for Wausau East, as that one is going to be played out. Sent right back in, but now falls back onto it. Playing back and forth in that area of the field before it's out of bounds in Wausau East ball. Throw in here by Cooper Velisco, looks like. Played by Peterson and back out of bounds. Brews Brothers brings you award-winning burgers for lunch and dinner. They've been doing it since 2013. Open 7 days a week with a lineup of cold drinks. It's all at Brews Brothers, just off Highway 29 in Weston. Wausau East trying to send that one in. They had a great opportunity over to Msenwa, but it was a nice defensive play by River Falls. They're trying to work it away from Msenwa now, and Wausau East able to get possession back, sending it in towards the corner, but it's going to be too far. So the throw in here for River Falls deep in enemy territory. It's going to be played out. Huttmeyer sends it across, and it's going to be eventually grabbed back by Wausau East. Sent across, that one just knocked away defensively. That was a nice play by Oliver to make that happen, as it's almost out of bounds. Does it toe the line? No, it does not. And it is Wausau East ball. A lot of excitement in the air as all the fall sports are starting up. Football started last week. Of course, soccer starting here on the boys' side. And girls always play in the spring, something I thought was interesting when I moved here from Minnesota. In Minnesota, both teams play the same time of year, but logistically makes a whole lot of sense, honestly. And then, of course, volleyball also playing in the fall. So a lot of excitement coming up on Zaleski Sports. We thank you for joining us not only tonight, but hopefully throughout the rest of the seasons that we're going to be seeing. The weather's slightly starting to turn to be a little bit cooler. It's still nice here tonight. However, that wind, I'll have to see if it affects things. It's not too bad right now, but certainly a few notches more would take an effect. 9 miles per hour as it stands. And it's been cloudy all evening, but haven't really seen much rain yet. Not expecting to see any, but we'll see if that affects things if that is the case. Always interesting on a turf field as that one is knocked away. And River Falls looking to try to flip the field here, sending it out, trying to find Davis. And knocked out and winning the battle nicely there. Looks like that was Clements. Like I mentioned earlier, Matthias Clements, one of the players that scored in that playoff game. It was the last goal that the Lumberjacks were able to score, but it was a long-range kick from, I'd almost say 20 to 25 yards out that just kind of scooted through the defense. You don't usually see a whole lot of goals from that part of the field. As this one's sent out to the far side, grabbed there by Spalding. And it's going to be knocked away nicely by Wausau East. That might have been Karani there, Michael Karani, number 34. Freshman forward for the Lumberjacks out there. As that one gets smothered out of bounds. And Wausau East will retain possession. Battle forward here along the far side of the field. River Falls with it. That is Spalding again. Seeing his foot on a lot so far this evening. Spinning that one away from the defense is Wausau East as they'll send it across. Trying to find Velisca there. But River Falls keeps possession. Had a little bit in terms of numbers, but hesitated just a second. Trying to send this one in, not quite there. Now across. Here's an opportunity, sending this one up and just poked out. That was Lawley that had a shot on that one. And just one of those situations where you see the size of Caden Klempnorth and how it makes it very difficult to try and send it high on him. As well as just that wingspan, going to make it very difficult. As this one gets sent in, but it's going to be all the way out for a goal kick. Don't believe it was touched by a Wausau East player, and no, it was not. Or excuse me, not touched by a River Falls player, my apologies. Wausau East goal kick. It will instead be taken here by Clements. On now with Sherrill Tire and Auto Service, starting as low as $49 on Starfire tires, plus price match guarantee. This one almost gets sprung loose. Sorry about that. $49 on Starfire tires, plus price match guarantee on all tire brands. When it comes to tires, as this one's going to be a crosser grabbed there by Colin Jennings. And I'll just start that one over just for the heck of it. On now at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service, starting as low as $49 on Starfire tires, plus price match guarantee on all tire brands. When it comes to tires, look no further than Sherrill Tire and Auto Service in Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Weston. And so this one going to be kicked from about the 45 here by Clements. And it is going to be eventually fallen on top of and grabbed there by Colin Jennings. Right around midfield here, Wausau East working back with it. Strand cutting it upfield, trying to send it into that corner. But first to it is going to be French. Instead, he'll let it go all the way out of bounds for another goal kick. This time it looks like it's going to be Jennings that might take it here, but we got a couple guys around him that might get a phone on it instead. We'll have to see here. Few subs came in over there on the other side of the screen. As River Falls starts back with it, 2.5 hours away. The Wildcats are located over there in River Falls, Wisconsin. And so again, hopefully we can bring some soccer action to the people that can't quite make it all the way over here, especially with it being a 6 o'clock start. And anyone that did make the trek all the way over here, a big kudos to you. We again remind you, if you are watching the game on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe so that you can comment about the game. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're going to be supporting all season long, what you're most excited about this soccer season. And we'd be happy to give you a shout out on the air if you do so. As this one sent out of bounds, it'll be another Wausau East throw in here. That was Samuel Moyuko, sophomore defender for the Lumberjacks, getting that throw in. I always feel like when you're watching soccer matches, it always feels like defenders don't always get the same love because they're not the ones with the ball going down the field and trying to score. So making sure I give the kudos and give the flowers to the defenders that are keeping this 0-0 at the end of the day. As this one's going to be grabbed there by Jennings out of the air. 29 minutes gone here in the first half of play. Sent to the far side. That one just towing the line out of bounds. As Wausau East gets back on it, it's going to be knocked out. It'll stay with the Lumberjacks. Keeping that one in bounds, but River Falls knocks it away. Another throw-in upcoming. Wausau East taking a little bit of their time with it, pushing it to the other side of the field. And now they will send it all the way back. Splitting defenders past the midfield. They're going to try maybe to send this into the corner. Instead, they cut it back up, sending it all the way across. And again, grabbed by Jennings. Lumberjacks back with it here, trying to make their way down. I feel like we've seen River Falls do a much better job in these last few minutes of really tightening things up, making it difficult to find those players further downfield. They've really done a good job of making sure there aren't always numbers in front. They've really closed things up in the last few minutes defensively, but still are trying to get that time of possession back on their side. But of course, time of possession only mattering if you're getting good chances out of it. And the last few minutes, not really great chances for either side. That one play that Msenwa almost had early in the match was really the best chance. Here's a good one, but it's grabbed. Again, trying those crossers, and it just feels like if they can get that one, I mean, if they can get a kick from that part of the field that is right on point, that's going to be their main opportunity. But they're sending it just a little bit too far in so that Jennings can grab it before that can develop. As it's sent back out towards midfield. Header there by Velisca. And he battles with a River Falls player before sending it over to Strand. Strand double teamed. He cuts it up to the far side of the field, working towards the corner. And now this one sent back up after a nice defensive play. Might have been Maud there. Back out of bounds, and Wausau East throw in. A couple more subs for Wausau East. Discover unbeatable deals and award-winning service at Lead Car Toyota Wausau. Your full-service destination for everything Toyota, including our state-of-the-art collision center. Find us on North 20th Avenue in Wausau. That's North 20th Avenue in Wausau. This one sent in, trying to race to keep it in, and able to do so is Helter. Excuse me, that is correct, Helter. And again, thank you to both head coaches before the match, making sure I get all these pronunciations down. Sometimes be a little more time-consuming of a process when you're trying to prepare for a match, but still always appreciate it, and I'm sure the players all do as well. As it's sent far across, waiting a little bit to allow his teammates to catch up to him, and doing that allows Strand to take it right back, sending it to the near side, or excuse me, far side again. Trying to cut that one back up, but unable to do so. Tic-tac-toe all the way over, out of bounds. So taking this one here, Oliver, Jaden Oliver, the junior. And a couple more subs going out over there. We'll delay things for just a few moments. 34 minutes gone here in the match so far. We've yet to really see what you could call a grade A opportunity, but definitely more work for Colin Jennings so far. Lumberjacks back with possession, trying to work it out of pressure. Zigzagging through a few defenders, now back towards center. And that one off of a shin, almost into harm's way there before it's knocked away nicely by Hugo Nelson. The Lumberjacks back on it though. Sending this one across, that one wide left. But another good opportunity for the Lumberjacks. As kind of beating himself up about that one that time was Strand. Sent to the near side of your screen, now played by Chafe. And out of bounds, Lumberjacks get position back. Again, beautiful night for soccer. Not even any sun shining on these guys. Sent all the way to the far side, racing to keep that one in bounds. Nice hustle by Reisdorf. Excuse me, that's Beckett Reisdorfer. Senior for the Wildcats as this one gets sent in, trying to get it into the corner and cut off just in time. Nicely there by the senior Clements. Wausau East trying to move quickly here to work past the numbers, but instead knocked away by River Falls. Racing to it now, Paulson. He's able to get it free. Oliver gets that one knocked away from him, but he keeps on the ball and eventually winds up out of bounds. But it will be a throw in here for Oliver. Sent in off of a leg. Battling for possession here. And eventually Wausau East able to grab it back. That is Helter. Helter works back past midfield before it's grabbed by Chafe. And he sends that one over to Widener, who loses it momentarily, but it keeps his bearings and is able to keep that pressure and that space that he needs as Chafe grabs it again. It's knocked away. Grabbed there by Holtz with some nice defense. And Senwa now with it, working his way through, sending this one up and just out. That one, I don't know if that snuck around the left side or the top side of that corner, almost perfectly at that corner. And we've seen now both of the good opportunities, or better opportunities, I should say, by Msenwa for this Lumberjacks team. Definitely the best chance either team has had all night so far, as we're at just over 37 minutes here in the first. Into the corner here for Wausau East. Good numbers, but now being swarmed towards that corner. If he can work away, he's got a chance at something good. Instead, that gets knocked away. Grabbed by Reisdorfer and sent out of bounds. Still a throw in for Wausau East, but River Falls needed that breathing room. Back again towards the goal line. Now sent back out, and Senwa just high again. But the Lumberjacks threatening the same way they did in the first few minutes of the match here in the last few. Churches, schools, clinics, food plants. For nearly a century, the Bozen Company has built them as your construction manager and general contractor. Collaborate, construct, building value every day. The Bozen Company, bozenco.com. That's Bozen, B-O-S-O-N, co.com. Trying to work away from this one. Scary times for River Falls. That one is a goal. A turnover and an immediate cash in. Wausau East gets on the board first. It looks like it was Benjamin Helter, the junior, scoring that one for the Lumberjacks. And just one of those opportunities, I talked about it. There's been those positions that Wausau East has been in where they have an opportunity right out there in front of the goal. It's been kind of pinballing around, and the first few times River Falls was able to get the foot on it first. But that time around, all it took was a little bit of freedom there and just not really much that Jennings could do. Here's another opportunity right off the face-off, the kick, opening kick, as that one is sent out of bounds. And it looks like the press box up here working on finding out the assist. I appreciate that knowledge. Wasn't quite sure if there was one initially because of how kind of all over the place that play was, as that one is sent out of bounds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds remaining here in the first half, as Wausau East able to get that goal in right before that break. and just something that they really wanted, especially in the situation they were in, having gotten so close and kind of commanding time of possession up to this point.
5, 4, 3,
The last few seconds ticking away, and that is it for the first half here from Wausau, Wisconsin. Wausau East really commanding things and finally getting the goal to show for it, with that goal scored by Benjamin Helter in the last couple minutes of that half. Right around 37 minutes gone in that half that he was able to score. We'll be back in just a moment here with the Innovative Health halftime outro. We'll talk a little bit about the adjustments these teams need to make to try and get the victory, but we will be right back.
9th minute of the first half.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Well, we welcome you back here to Wausau, Wisconsin, and it is a 1-0 Lumberjacks lead going into the halftime break. And it was kind of just one of those goals that you felt like was destined to happen after the Lumberjacks really commanded time of possession throughout the entirety of that first half. And really a few opportunities for Abande Msenwa, who ended up being the assist on that goal. So thank you for everyone who got that information, was able to say that over the PA so that I could know as well. So Benjamin Heller scores off of that goal, just kind of a loose ball, I should say. And it was one of those where we've seen a few of them throughout the course of that first half, but finally was able to kind of jar loose just enough to get a good kick on. If you can get any good location on that ball, it makes it borderline impossible for the goalie Colin Jennings to make that stop. Cannot blame him for that one. He was really tested a lot in that first half, so that one being let through, really not a mark on his record at all. Really nothing you can do about that kind of a play. For the Lumberjacks, in terms of our adjustments here, the halftime adjustments that are brought to you by Innovative Health, it really feels like the Lumberjacks are doing everything they want to be doing right now. They are not getting too excited by their opportunities. You know, I talked about earlier on in the first half, it's easy to get those wide eyes when you're staring down the goal, or to kind of try something early when you might be taking a risk. And Wausau East, understanding that they are in the driver's seat, and they started out the match really in the driver's seat from the get-go, And when you feel like you have that domination of time of possession, that means you kind of have that extra cushion to be able to send the ball back more often. You can kind of take less risks and only take the calculated risks throughout the match. And the Lumberjacks have been doing a really good job of taking calculated risks, but not jumping the gun, not trying to force something that isn't there, understanding the point of the match that they are in, and especially against a team that they were up 2-0 against last year, and the upset ended up happening, the come from behind happening by River Falls. So this Lumberjacks team knows this year to stay on their toes and to make sure that they continue to play their tempo, play the game that they want to be playing. As for River Falls, it's as simple as they have to find a way to get the Lumberjacks out of that. And really, I think the way that might have to happen in the kind of match we've been seeing so far, River Falls not really getting a whole lot of opportunities, but they got the ball into the area of the field they wanted to, and when they were in kind of within that 20-yard range, they were able to make it a little bit scary for a couple different situations. They finally were able to get Klempnorth jumping for a ball, and all it takes is just one opportunity, one prison break, so to speak, for River Falls to be able to get back into this one, not just to score the goal, but to also get some momentum back. This game can sometimes be a game of possession. It can be a game full of kind of momentum, but it also can be a game filled with random moments that can happen at any given moment. And if you can get that opportunity, get a sure foot on it, it doesn't matter how little you've had the ball, how little your time of possession has been throughout the course of things. They need to find that jump start. They need to find that X factor that they can go to try and get that goal across the board and tie this one up and then try and go from there. But that is the halftime adjustments. And we will send you to a few more commercials here before we have about 4 minutes left until the second half starts. So once again, you are watching Boys Soccer on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Lead Car Toyota of Wausau.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
Working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all four of us. Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
Well, we welcome you back here to Wausau East High School in Wausau, Wisconsin, as soccer season is officially back. Excited to be with you here on Zaleski Sports. Again, my name's Connor Philippi. Happy to bring you this broadcast as the Lumberjacks lead 1-0 over the visiting River Falls Wildcats. I'd like to give you a look here at the matchups that are happening here on Zaleski Sports, the ones that we're broadcasting anyway. We got 5 games we're broadcasting here tonight. Neilsville and Cadott are going to be going head-to-head. They are just starting here. That is for girls volleyball. So volleyball just starting up, as well as boys soccer and football here in the last couple of weeks. Of course, the game we have going on right now, Wausau East over River Falls at halftime. We have Greenwood versus Abbotsford. That's going to be going on here. That is volleyball as well. Oshkosh West, going up against DC Everest. They are in the first half right now, 0-0 so far, as well as Spash and Fond du Lac that are going to be going up against each other. That is also soccer action on Zaleski Sports. And as volleyball starts to ramp up even more, as soccer starts to ramp up even more, our Tuesdays and Thursdays especially are going to be even more taken up by action. As of right now, just kind of starting to get our land legs with it. But obviously Fridays in full swing. I'll be all the way in lacrosse for Lacrosse Logan football as Wausau East is traveling to face them. So make sure to watch that on Zaleski Sports. That's a 7 o'clock start as well. But we are just about ready here to get this second half started. 1-0, like I said, on the NTC scoreboard with 40 more minutes left to play. Wausau East starts off with possession here, starting to all the way down the field. Cutting it back up there nicely was Nikolai, and it ends up out of bounds. Nikolai will throw it in. Actually, he'll give way to Veliska, who will throw it in. Into the corner here. Msenwa, who had the assist on the goal, gets that one pickpocketed from him. Kicked out of bounds there. It was a nice defensive effort by French, who was able to make that play happen. Sending this one all the way towards the corner, and it is going to go out before either player can get close. Like we said, River Falls has to find a way to change the complexion of this match just to be playing the game on their terms rather than playing it on Wausau East terms. Wausau East has commanded time of possession and have had pretty much every scoring opportunity. Only one time that Caden Klempnorth on Wausau East really had to go up for a ball. But now River Falls in a pretty good position here as Klempnorth stands on guard. It's going to be Lawley sending this one in, or no, he will set it up, but it's going to be sent in by French. And that one will be sent in, but high. So Klempnorth was ready for it, but he's not going to have to see any action this time around anyway. And again, Wausau East, when they scored that goal, Benjamin Heller, the scorer of that goal, that was with less than 3 minutes to go in the half. So even with Wausau East kind of dominating things for the most part, weren't really able to score until the very end. Easily could have been a no decision going into halftime. As this one is going to be worked in past 2 different defenders. It is knocked away, though, blocked off rather, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally by French. He'll take it either way. Keeping that one inbounds nicely. Cutting it back up on the far side of your screen. Strand racing after that one, but it's going to be Oliver getting to it first, but then he is hounded over there. Eventually going to be sent all the way back to work with for River Falls as Paulson now has it, and it gets sent across to Lawley. Poking this one past midfield, eventually played back by Clements for the Lumberjacks. Again, Clements, one of those key returning seniors on this Wausau East team. Throw in here for the Lumberjacks. Again, we'd like to thank everyone watching, whether you're supporting Wausau East or maybe couldn't quite make the trek from River Falls. We'd like to thank you for tuning into Zaleski Sports. As this one's going to be raced forward, Nsenwa trying to get an opportunity. Try to cross it in, but it's going to be knocked away nicely defensively by Lawley there. And it will be a goal kick here for River Falls. Ellison and O'Connor are here to guide you through your legal options right here in Wausau. Personal local attorneys here to help you in your time of need. That's Ellison and O'Connor. Learn more at WausauLawOffices.com. That's WausauLawOffices.com. Thrown up coming here for Valiska. And again, this is kind of where we see the pace for Wausau East. They're slowly, methodically working their way through, and then they really try to spring one going into the corner. Working this one past towards center field. This one up and to the left. But another good shot on that foot. First 5 minutes gone here as Wausau East has once again gotten the opportunities early on here. Brief opportunity there for River Falls on the other side, but sent too high. And that's kind of where you see the frame of Caden Klempnorth. It forces you to either try something you normally wouldn't try to the left or the right in a certain situation, or it forces you to try it a little higher than you probably should, and it just ends up sailing high. And it's a formidable thing to be staring down when you're trying to fit that ball in. Sending this one all the way out. Eventually played here by Davis. And now River Falls with a little bit of space to work with defensively, trying to get this one out of harm's way. This one knocked off a foot, but picking up the pieces there is Hutmeyer. Wausau East, though, right back on it with Strand, as a whistle will eventually be blown here. And it looks like there was a timeout called here. And so we will take a quick step away. You're watching boys soccer action on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Lead Car Toyota of Wausau.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Well, welcome back here, and what I thought was a timeout, I was a little confused because I wasn't sure that was even something you could call at this point in the game. It was not a whistle blown for a timeout. It was a whistle blown because of some lightning that was seen in the area, and then we heard the thunder immediately after. So that means that there is going to be a 30-minute delay to this matchup. And so like you can see, the field being cleared, and so it is going to be an extended break. Just after halftime, Wausau East up 1-0. Just under 46 minutes left on the clock. On the clock. About 35 minutes left to play once we do return to action if we can. And we will bring you that action when we return on Zaleski Sports. We'll bring you to some commercial messages, and we will pop in every once in a while to give you some updates. But once again, you're watching Boys Soccer, presented by Lead Car Toyota of Wausau here on Zaleski Sports.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Retirement is a balancing act because everyone's financial situation is unique. A reverse mortgage loan can transform your home's equity into accessible cash, whether it's to pay off your mortgage, cover bills, or fund your dreams.
The cash is there if we need it, and it just takes a little stress off of our lives.
You have something else to fall back on.
Call me, Josh Kilty, your local retirement mortgage specialist, for a free consultation to help bring financial stability to your life.
Hey, this is Brian Butch, former college and professional basketball player, here with a message from Abbey Bank. Safeguard your personal information and join us for Abbey Bank's free shred day on Wednesday, August 5th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at any Abbey Bank location. Shred your confidential documents for free, and while you're there, help make a difference. Bring a non-perishable food or hygiene item to support your local food pantry. For full details, head to abbeybank.com. Abbey Bank, where they make banking about you. This ad is sponsored by Abbey Bank, member FDIC.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from your simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Well, welcome back again to Zaleski Sports. As you can see, the sign that might be that the refs not only are heading to the locker room, but they packed up at least some bags on their way there. So I'll have to see if that means that they are somewhat confident that either more lightning's on the way, or maybe they will end up delaying this game to a point where they're just going to have to call it. I believe, I don't know 100% what the rule is with this, I believe that would mean Wausau East, if it's past halftime, would get the full-time win. If it was 1-0 in favor of the Lumberjacks, but we'll have to see what the ruling is on that. Of course, that makes it even more impressive that Wausau East was able to score with just a few minutes left in that half. They certainly didn't see this coming because, as you can kind of see in the distance, the clouds don't look all that foreboding. It's cloudy out here for sure, but some of these clouds are a little dark, but I just did not expect to see lightning, and we didn't even see it, so I'm wondering if it came behind us, but we definitely heard the thunder after that. But you can kind of see the state of the clouds up there, and the camera settings and the ND, all that jargon might make it look even a little bit darker on your screen than it is here, but that is kind of the situation right now, and we'll for sure go on to announce to you regardless if we're continuing to play or if the game is officially canceled. But again, like I said, the refs packing up those bags certainly was a sign that we might not be able to finish this match. Either way, we'll try and work to see what the ruling is in terms of wins and losses, if that's the case. But for now, we will be back here on Zaleski Sports with any updates that we can provide for you. But thanks again for tuning in and hanging with us as we figure out what's going on here.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with his smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Weston offers the best in automotive care and repair. This locally owned and operated repair group features a full staff of ASE certified technicians. They are ready to handle all major and minor repairs to get you back on the road. For any make, any model vehicle, look to Elite Auto Care for repairs. From general maintenance and preventative care like oil changes and tire rotations, to those more challenging issues like air conditioning, brakes, and engine issues. Elite Auto also offers a full selection of tires to fit your vehicle needs. For your next auto needs, turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business, on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries higher quality furniture from all of your favorite brands because we want you to be proud of your space.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries all of your favorite appliance brands so we can save you money on the products you trust.
It just makes sense that Mittens services what we sell because we want your home to be comfortable and run smoothly.
It just makes sense. Central Wisconsin has shopped at Mittens since 1938 because we have it all.
Protect your ride from the elements with Tommy's Express Car Wash. Our top wash, The Works, is engineered with 14 steps to keep your car clean, whatever the weather. The Works includes detox pre-wash, removing the grime right from the start, seal in the shine with ceramic body wax, and defend against the elements with Tommy Guard. And don't forget to complete the clean with our vacuums and mat washers. Sign up now and wash unlimited at Tommy's Express.
Well, welcome back again. Another quick update for you where you're continuing to see more lightning flashes. So as of now, for sure, either 30 minutes from now or this game is getting called, we're not 100% sure about what's going on, but from what we've been seeing, it feels like the flashes are getting closer together and the thunder is getting a little stronger. So we've also gotten reports of rain in other areas of Wausau. So depending on how it comes through, we'll have to see how this all works out. Of course, like I said earlier, and from what our research says, it does suggest that Wausau East would get the win if the game was called right now. They're not going to come back and make it up, especially with River Falls being so far away. So we're hoping we can still get this one in, but we'll continue to give you updates. For now, lightning continuing, at least not starting this one up until closer to 8, even if we do. But we'll continue to give you those updates as we get them. But thanks again for sticking with us here on Zaleski Sports. The look on our camera almost doesn't do us justice here. It's coming down pretty hard and blowing to kind of the left of your screen as you're seeing it. And obviously our camera is inside the press box with the window closed. So there we go. There's a good angle of the rain you can see there. As the current timeline is, it's looking like all of it's supposed to be done by 8 o'clock. However, or excuse me, that's 8 o'clock is when it's supposed to be done. That would, of course, mean from whatever the last lightning strike was would still be 30 minutes. So good chance that if we do get started still, it won't be, and maybe you might have even heard that in my headset, that sound of the thunder, but probably at the earliest we'd get started at 8:30 if the game does continue. Obviously with a turf field, less concern about the wet, anything like that. But with all the warm-ups and everything, obviously trying to keep the safety of the River Falls players in consideration. Of course, that next surge is going to come through for us here in Wausau about 11, but that's probably something that River Falls may or may not have to drive through to get home. So obviously keeping their safety in mind as well. But for right now, at least an hour, I'd say, until we can actually see some soccer if they do decide to restart this match. So we're staying nice and dry up here in the press box. We'll continue to keep you updated with any potential updates. For now, this will probably be the final update until we find out what the situation is officially. But for now, expect about 8:30 start time if this game does get started again. But we finished off with about 46 minutes gone in the game, so it would be about 35 more of action that you'd still get to see. But for now, Wausau East would take home the victory 1-0 if this game does get called from the research that we did. So thanks again for tuning in. Still got some people watching now and keeping updated with everything that's going on. So we appreciate you staying around, but we will keep you updated and be back at some point here, potentially on Zaleski Sports. Well, welcome back, and excited to say this game will be finished. It will be played. The last 35 minutes of play will resume. As you can see, the referee's already out onto the field. The players making their way out onto the field. From what's been explained to us, as soon as they get on the field and get settled, they'll get roughly 10 minutes of warm-up, and then we will start this game up once more. Again, Wausau East leading 1-0 after that goal scored at the very end of the first half, which at this point has been an hour and a half ago at this point. So getting to the point where this game would probably have been over about now if it had been a 7 o'clock start even. So now into kind of the deeper parts of the night than we were expecting, of course. The game resuming in about a little over 10 minutes from now. I'm not sure when they're going to officially start the warm-up time or if they'll put that on the clock or not, but either way, once we get things started, Wausau East will be working with a 1-0 lead. So we'll go away for a few more minutes, and then once it looks like they're going to start back up, we'll return here and get this one finished off. Should be a good finish here on Zaleski Sports Boys Soccer, coming to you presented by Lead Car Toyota of Wausau.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Well, welcome back here to Zaleski Sports, a sentence I wasn't sure I'd be able to say at certain points of that. There was some pretty scary rain and lightning, and it's one of those situations. We were up here in the press box, not sure if we should go up or down, but we just didn't want to be caught there in the bleachers during a lightning strike, so it felt safer to stay up here, so we were weathering the storm. There was a lightning strike that came pretty close to us that just sounded like a rubber band was snapped directly into my ear almost, and it gave me a little bit of a heart attack, but we are good. We made it through. These players made it through, and we are getting ready to start play for what will end up being the last 35 minutes of this match. If you're someone who wasn't initially going to be able to watch the rest of this because you had work or something else going on, then it's a treat for you that you get to tune in now. But if you didn't get a chance to watch, the one goal of the game so far was scored by Benjamin Heller in the, I want to say, the 38th minute of the first half. And it was assisted, of course, by Abande Msenwa, who had a lot of great opportunities in that first half. And eventually able to bring it home was Benjamin Helter, the junior midfielder, plays midfield and forward for this Lumberjacks team. And so that was the one goal. For a while there, we were wondering if that was going to end up being technically the winning goal, because Wausau East would have won this one as if it was a full match had they called it. But they definitely wanted to get this one played if they knew that the weather was definitely going to pass by a certain time, which it did right around 8:05, 8:10. And we're back on the field getting ready to finish this one off. And thankfully it was a 6 o'clock start. Otherwise we'd be sitting here into the wee hours of the night. But obviously with River Falls having to get back and everything like that, certainly the later finish complicates things. And probably won't have a on-field interview for you, unfortunately, after the game for that same reason. Playing a little bit too late here tonight, and with all the rain and everyone getting mixed up with the schedules and everything like that. But definitely still stay tuned for the end of this game, because I'll still do a post-game report of the final scores and everything like that, of course, as always presented by Merrill Steele. And so make sure you stay tuned for that. And it's the kind of situation where you think, well, the way the game was going, it felt like Wausau East was going to just control possession and run away with the match. But again, you have to remember, that is how people probably thought the game was going to go when these two teams played in the postseason. Because again, if you missed that pregame and did not know kind of the lore surrounding this game to start off this season, Wausau East Lumberjacks were up 2-0 after scoring twice in the first 13 minutes of the match. And then it wasn't until later on in the first that River Falls was able to score two straight, make it 2-2, and then ultimately River Falls would win that match in extra time, 3-2, and would advance to the third round. So you never really know when it comes to this game, and all it takes is one opportunity, one ball to slip through that shouldn't have, and you've got yourself a good opportunity to try and score. And of course, whenever we got these rain games, obviously the turf is probably dried a little bit by now. There really isn't much rain or mist or anything in the air anymore, so the conditions themselves have changed. However, you got to take into account the fact that these players are only warming up for about 10 minutes, and they were sitting in the locker room for a really long time. In these types of situations and games that get delayed and postponed and everything, weird things tend to happen even more than they usually do in sports. And so all of that to say, plenty of reason why it was important to stick around and finish off this game, and plenty of reason why we're excited that you stuck around to watch the conclusion of this one. Hopefully we can update you in the proper areas to make sure that everyone that was watching previously can come back and watch the conclusion of this one now here on Zaleski Sports. We'd like to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Stop at Tommy's Express Car Wash to keep your vehicle clean and get the help of a Tommy Club membership. Tommy's Car Wash in Claremont Ave in Eau Claire. And also by France Propane, your locally owned complete service propane company. They've served all of central Wisconsin for over 2 generations. Learn more at francepropane.com. France Propane, local, quality, family. And we hope that you were able to, while you waited out this storm here in Wausau, you were able to go to some of the other sports that were going on, a couple of volleyball games that were happening, a soccer game that might or might not be over by now that is going on in Fond du Lac, and the storm hasn't really hit them yet. Hopefully it passes. It's going directly east, so hopefully the Spash team that's playing in Fond du Lac does not have to deal with the same weather that we did going back, but we'll have to just see there. But a lot of interesting weather going on here in north central Wisconsin, and So in just a few minutes, we're going to get this started. It looks like the Wausau East players starting to huddle back around towards the sideline as the refs in just a few moments here are probably going to get this one started up again, but excited to be able to finish this one off again with all the past of last season and everything that happened there. Feels only fitting that we have a proper conclusion to this one here at Wausau East High School. Bax Family Chiropractic in Schofield provides personalized chiropractic care in a family-oriented atmosphere. They can help any age patients from just a few days old to the moms and dads trying to keep up with the kids. No matter what issue your body is battling, from migraines and anxiety to stress or a wide variety of youth issues, let Bax Family Chiropractic give you back the life that you deserve. And the 30 minutes or the hour and a half that we spent up here in the press box not calling a game has me a little bit rusty too, I guess. But it looks like both teams heading back now to their respective sidelines, getting ready to get this thing started again, making sure you do all the proper stretches and make sure that your body is getting back to being right going into the last 35 minutes of this one. Wausau East having to get right back into that mentality. We talked about the fact that really what River Falls needs to do to get back into this one is find some way to strike a match, light a spark, do something dynamic to try and change the way that this game has gone in terms of momentum, in terms of the way it's been played. Wausau East has really been able to dictate the pacing of the way that this thing has gone. And you know, obviously River Falls certainly didn't bank on this rain happening, but I mean, it really, you have to look at it from the fact that this is a new game now in terms of momentum, just waiting for a team to take it back. And after waiting for so long, really either team could find a way to do that. And so that's going to be the important factor for River Falls. Can they find a way to just jumpstart this thing? And of course, it's kind of the factor that we've been talking about pre-game and throughout the game, the fact that Wyatt Nelson was such a big factor for them last season. And in the first game of the season, it can sometimes be difficult when you're looking for who's going to be that next X factor, who's going to step up in the situations that he did last season. And sometimes it does take a game or two to find that. But River Falls certainly hoping they can find it here in the later part of the second half as we start things off. Once again, ready or not, here we go from Wausau East. Immediately going here into the corner is Wausau East. Looks like it's Nikolai on this one, working his way in, already putting on the burners, crossing this one over, the kick and the goal! Oh my goodness! Lincoln holds it, looked like. Scores immediately out of the weather delay. And they were absolutely itching to get on the board and just immediately outworking River Falls in a beautiful play once again by Jaron Nikolai with the assist to set things up. Time of the goal, 46-15. Sending this one away is Wausau East. Wausau East did not want to be denied. And if you're talking about game time, that's 2 goals scored technically within about 15 minutes of each other. Which is funny because that one sails right. Those 2 goals in real time were scored about 2 hours away from each other. But we play on now as it's going to be a goal kick here for River Falls. Now the Lumberjacks can really start to settle into the game and dictate the tempo as they find themselves up 2. They can play more conservatively if they want to. Or maybe want to play more loose and see what can happen offensively for them after being so antsy sitting in the locker room. Heading back now with it is Wausau East. And this one gets sent Will it be out of bounds? Yes, it will. Thrown in quickly.
Almost immediately after play by number 2, Lincoln Benz, assisted by number 14, Jaron Nikolai.
Wausau East working their way out of traffic, once again putting on the burners. Another good crosser. That one going to be blocked away, but still with some pressure. Making their way all the way to the near side of your screen. This is once again Nikolai. Throw in now for Wausau East on that same side. Veliska, excuse me. He'll get it right back after the throw in into the corner now. Van Peterson working out of it. And that'll be knocked out of bounds, but the corner kick now is upcoming. It will be Peterson taking it. Sending this one in and across the header towards the goal, but it is handled easily that time by Colin Jennings. Colin Jennings has been tested a lot throughout the course of this one. It really feels like you can't really blame him for either of the ones he let in. Both of them point-blank opportunities. Neither of them necessarily impossible saves, but also not the kind that you feel like are must-haves. And sending this one in, trying to put on the burners, but instead getting it to it first. Wausau East, nice job defensively hustling to it. As this one will get blocked away there by Cole Paulson. Nikolai back on it. As that one gets knocked out of bounds, it's going to be off of him. Throwing upcoming now for Oliver. As the header upcoming here. Double header then off the face, or excuse me, off the head of Devon Fox. Picking up the pieces there. Nicely done by Nikolai as he sends it in. Trying to cross that one over was Holtz, trying to get another point off of that one, but instead it gets sent far back. But Wausau East still with the foot on the ball. About 30 yards out, crossing it all the way over into the corner as Nikolai gets to it first. Getting some space now to Veliska. Nikolai races to it again. Veliska with the pass in, but it's knocked away by Hudmeyer. Played off of a leg for Wausau East. Gives it up again to Fox, but then gets it right back. Wausau East making it very difficult to take an opportunity and run with it. As River Falls once again trying to win the race, keeping it in bounds, but then knocked away. .51 minutes now gone, so 29 to go in this affair, as this one's going to be played out once again by River Falls. Nicely done that time by Reisdorfer. And knocked right out of bounds on the other side. Thrown in out of harm's way. Sent across here. And now a long range shot. It's going to be grabbed there by Jennings. East back on it here. It's going to be on the foot now of Msenwa. He crosses it over to Nikolai. Nikolai gets some space back to Msenwa. Lumberjacks almost with that crosser. Lumberjacks certainly looking like they got the better end. And this one almost sent in. Here's an opportunity and just off the foot. And Msenwa looking down, can't believe. And that's just one of those where sometimes it just comes off the foot a little bit wrong. He had a great opportunity and a great look at that. Just went off the right side. But like I was saying, Lumberjacks feel like they've gotten the best of this break. they were able to shake the rust off a little bit quicker, get in the headspace of the match a little bit quicker. And it feels like they are really all over them right now. River Falls needs to find a way to get some space to work with as this one gets stolen away. And we got a little bit of a mini student section over there, down to my right, or to my left, I should say. Trying to send that one across. Instead, it's grabbed by River Falls. The whistle blown, however. And we'll see what... Oh, it looks like there's a player coming up a little bit gimpy over there. But he is able to get back up. That is Nikolai. But he is able to get up. And so it will be a goal kick for River Falls. And now another whistle blown. Telling Nikolai he can't move quite yet. And then it is sent across. It's going to be taken away by Wausau East once again, as that one is just out of bounds. Strand trying to work with it over there. Can't quite toe the line as it'll be thrown in here by Lawley, and he does so. Over to French. Back to Lawley now. Wausau East once again just right on the ball defensively as soon as River Falls tries to enter an area where they can work with it. Sent back across midfield once more to Nikolai. He's able to break free a little bit here with it. Can he get a good pass across? And he does. Able to get to it first. And it eventually gets knocked away. River Falls just able to get that one out of harm's way before something bad could have happened. I mean, Msenwa easily could have broken free with that one. But the Lumberjacks do get it right back. They've been in pretty much their half of the field ever since we restarted play. 54 minutes gone, so 25 left to play. As this one gets sent in once again. But River Falls on it. We've seen Paulson involved in a lot of plays here on the defensive side as he gets it once again. Sends it over to French. River Falls just taking a quick breath. Understanding there is still 25 to play. They don't have to force anything quite yet. But Wausau East all over them now, working around. Eventually, it's like just kind of a foot stuck in the turf a little bit there for Msenwa. So he was once again frustrated that he didn't get a good foot on that ball. The header up, and Msenwa grabs it. Nice spin move to get it across to his teammate. And work it back to the far side of the field. Working into the corner with it, trying the crosser. That one won't quite go as it's knocked away nicely on defense by Lawley. But Wausau East once again back on it. Nikolai working around with it, trying to put a foot on it, and that one wide right. And good defense there. Might have been Paulson again, and yes, it was. As it looks like he will get a substitution here. But he has really been working hard to get the ball out of a good scoring position. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility to say that might be 3-0 without a couple of the plays he made in these last few minutes. East back on the ball, trying to send this one across. It's going to trickle out before being cleared easily there by French. And now Oliver will send it in. Pinballs off a Wausau East player. but still playable for now for the Wildcats. Eventually ends up on the foot of a Lumberjack and sent back out. Nikolai will pick up the pieces of that one. He will send that one back upfield. Working around with it once again. Nikolai trying to use his speed to break free. Instead, sets up a good crosser. And this one almost sent in. Instead, it's immediately blocked away and then sent wide. Nice defense there by River Falls. Not quite sure who made that play, but easily could have been a good opportunity at the net. That one sent across here by River Falls, across midfield again. Trying to win the race. Instead, it's going to be scooped up there, playable for Klemp North. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home is committed to providing personal and compassionate care for each customer. Let Peterson Kramer Funeral Home step up for you in your time of need. That one sent out of bounds. It's going to be the Wildcats with a throw-in. Should be French once more. Sending this one back again towards the near side, and it's going to be out of bounds. Wausau East will get a throw-in now. Veliska into Holtz. Played towards the center of the field before it gets played back out. Wausau East gets to it first. It gets knocked out of bounds. Who's it off of? And it is off of Wausau East, as multiple subs will come in here for Wausau East. Looking for a workplace that invests in you? Join the Wausau team at Great Lakes Cheese, a place where people matter and careers are built to last. With competitive pay and benefits and a workplace culture that feels like home, there's never been a better place or time to apply. Learn more at GreatLakesCheese.com. Into the corner here, as it will get knocked back out. Another Wausau East throw in here with 60 now gone. Last 20 minutes of play, as Wausau East is kind of torn between, do we still try to put our foot on the gas here? Here's a wide open opportunity, and it is in for the goal. And that one was Msenwa, who knew at some point in this one he was not going to be denied. And just multiple situations where you felt like he had a great foot on it and just quite couldn't get it right on. And finally there, with 60-17 gone in the game, Msenwa gets his. So now 3-0 as both players go down there on the far side. Nothing called. Called that one incidental. Msenwa stays on side as he races towards the goal line. Sending it across and can't quite get that one done. Had a good opportunity over there for Michael Karani. And another goal kick here for River Falls. Once again, like to remind you that it's not just boys soccer that is on Zaleski Sports. We got volleyball as well going on right now, as well as football. For the Wausau East fans and supporters, I'll be in La Crosse, Wisconsin, taking the trek with the team to La Crosse Logan High School, where we'll be doing Friday Night Lights with a 7 o'clock start there. Always fun to see stadiums you haven't seen before and go into press boxes you've never been in before and just take a little bit of a road trip for a Friday night. So make sure you tune into that one on Zaleski Sports. And all season long, we've got sports almost every day, all throughout the week. And as soccer and volleyball kind of ramp up more, we'll even have more action on these Tuesdays and Thursdays. Even some Monday and Wednesday action occasionally. Not quite sure what the holdup was there as we're waiting for this goal kick. And now we finally get a resumption of play. So far in this match, Wausau East getting the revenge that they've been looking for after River Falls ended their season last year.
Scored in the 61st minute by number 11, Abande Mzenwa, assisted by number
This one sent in by Mzenwa. And now crosser back to him. He's going to work back with it, send another one in, and that one gets deflected. Would have probably gotten close to the net. Instead, it is deflected wide, but it will be a corner kick here for the Lumberjacks. It is going to be Strand taking this corner kick. Sent in, trying with that header, but just a little too high. River Falls able to poke this one away and eventually send it all the way back. Eventually on it is Roslansky, as that one is back across midfield. Mzenwa sends it all the way to the far side of your screen. And that one is wide left, trying something over there on the kind of the baseline. For the Lumberjacks, not quite sure on the specific stats of it, but can't imagine that they have had the ball for any less than 85% of this match in terms of the parts of the game that have been within the 40-yard territories of either side. Lumberjacks really have had all the opportunities. River Falls just trying to get the ball kind of into their area of the field right now with 17 left to go. Working this one away, but Wausau East with a foot back on it. Sending this one across, but just a little bit too far. It'll go out of bounds. Mzenwa seems hungry for a second goal. Thrown in there by French. Excuse me, that is a number 19. That might be Luke Camrath if that is on the JV roster. Don't see a 19 on the varsity roster. This ball will be given here to River Falls, and then a yellow card assessed. Something must have been said over there to the referee. So an opportunity here on the yellow card for River Falls. This one will be sent into a muddle of players before eventually being played back out. Sent all the way across. Putting a foot on this one to send it past midfield. And it will eventually spring free over to Mzenwa. He tries to send that one in, a beautiful feed, but couldn't quite connect. Two guys right there. Really hard to thread that needle, and he really got close to doing so, but then wound up on a foot and got kicked right out. And not on the side for a corner kick, so it'll be thrown in. Veliska gets knocked down. So it sets up yet another throw in for him. So if you are just joining us and you're not quite sure why this game is still being played at 9 p.m. when it was a 6 o'clock start, there was some lightning in the area. So all the players came off the field. Lengthy delay that involved a lot of heavy rain as well, before eventually getting players back onto the field about a half hour ago and resuming play about 20-25 minutes ago. So the game only about 5-6 minutes into the second half got resumed. And this one gets sent in, another goal! And Senwa gets a second goal on the night. Kind of trickled right to him, and when he's in that range, there's just nothing you can do, and you can kind of see the disappointment from Jennings, but again, how many of these goals can you really say were ones that he should have stopped? You just can't put your goalie into those kinds of situations. But Msenwa gets his second, and we will see if he can try and go for a hat trick in the last 15 minutes of play here. 14:30 to be exact. As now River Falls, we have now seen the exact score that the Lumberjacks won by the first time these two teams play. We talked about the pivotal game in the playoffs where River Falls knocked them out, but this is kind of how last season started. Wausau East won against River Falls 4-0 in a match that felt very decisive, but then once again River Falls comes back later in the season to knock them out of the playoffs, and so it just is another reminder that any point in the season there can be kind of that turning of the tables. There can be a shift in the mentality of a group, and I don't even want to use the word mentality, more of like the chemistry and the way this group kind of works together, because again, a lot of seniors leaving. Sometimes you got to pick up the pieces of that. Sometimes it takes a couple games to build up that chemistry between players and to kind of decide as a team like who's going to be the leaders, who's going to make their mark, who's going to be the key player that has to step up and be that player for this team, and just takes a little while to figure that out sometimes. Again, that official number 8 seniors total that River Falls lost, including Wyatt Nelson, who was just such an X factor for them. Quick substitution here for River Falls. You see Alex Alvarado Soto coming out of the match, being replaced by Owen Chafe. So coming up on the last 13 minutes of play here from Wausau East. It will eventually be played back by Wausau East as Veliska will take it and send it across. Trying to toe the edge here, keep it in play, able to do so for now, but then it's knocked out of bounds, but it is off of River Falls. And it will be thrown in here by Nikolai. Sent in there by Mayuko. Nikolai with the crosser attempt. Working back with it before it's eventually grabbed by Davis. And River Falls trying to just get a little bit of daylight here as they will work back with it with Davis. Davis trying to weave through multiple players, able to do that before he sends it in, but a very manageable shot that is handled once again by Klempnorth. I believe the first time he's had to make a stop in this half so far. Nikolai once again taking it upfield, trying to send this one in, and a nice sliding stop by French there. Or excuse me, that's not French, that is, I believe, Camrath. I apologize if that's wrong. That is the number 19 that's in our JV roster. Into the corner there, sent. Actually kept in bounds there, and then eventually out of bounds. And it is going to be River Falls ball. That one sent all the way out. Header back in, though, by Wausau East. On the far side of your screen now, working down with it towards the corner. Another crossing attempt. That one is knocked just away. And that one sent in. Nice save that time by Jennings. So goal kick here as Jennings proves right there he's capable of making those stops. But again, just too difficult of situations to put your goalkeeper in. As this one gets sent out of bounds. Wausau East gets a break there as Nikolai will throw it in. Into the corner here. Nikolai back with it. Again, weaving through multiple different defenders before it's knocked out. And it is going to be knocked out for a corner kick. It's going to be Peterson. Ben Peterson taking this corner kick. Sent in here, and it is going to trickle all the way to the far side of the field before making its way back in. And now right around 20 yards away. Trying to get some space to work with here, and sent in that one far right. Last 9 minutes here. As Wausau East looking like they are well on their way to a season-opening victory here at home. Once again, a great facility here. And we even had quite the weather to test that. Stayed nice and dry and comfortable up here during that storm. But again, a big thank you to everyone here at Wausau East for giving us access to this press box, giving us all the stuff we need to stream here tonight. Athletic Director Darcy Beaversdorf, big thank you to her. I'll be thanking her a lot throughout the season as I call a lot of home football games as well. Whistle blown here. It'll be sent back River Falls' way. So again, 2 goals coming from Abonde Msenwa throughout the course of this one. He also got the assist as well on the first goal of the game that was scored by Benjamin Helter. So that's a total of 3 points for him in this match. We'll see if he can try and sneak in a third goal for some sort of hat trick before the game's over. But for now, Wausau East content to just play defensively, play conservatively, and try and get that goose egg on the board after the final whistle. Thrown all the way in. And we'll find the foot of a Wausau East player. So it will be sent across. Here's Strand. He's going to work back with it. into the corner here. Wausau East trying to add to their crooked number. As Strand once again working with it to Nikolai. He will send this one across. And it will go just a little bit too far after hitting a foot. And getting a little bit scrappy here the last couple minutes as Wausau East gets it back with Nikolai. And just off the foot there, and you can see the look on Karani's face as he knew that he had a chance there, but just kind of had a little bit of a weird stutter with the way he was running and knocked it away. So goal kick here coming up on the last 5 minutes of play. Battle forward here around 30 yards out. They're battling in the corner, eventually sent away by River Falls. As it will be blocked and unable to keep it in bounds. A good hustle there and effort. Try and keep that one in play. And officially at the 5-minute mark now for the rest of the match. Another whistle there. Looks like they're going to give it to the Lumberjacks on this one. Battle for it on the far side of your screen, working into the corner. That one sent in, but good heads-up play there by Jennings to recognize he had to come out of the goal to make that play. Cross midfield, grabbed by River Falls now. And that one will wind up out of bounds for a River Falls throw in here. And again, we commend River Falls for making the trek over here, sticking out the storm. And now they got a 2.5-hour drive back here. We wish them well and safe drive back. And it's the reason why we have these 6 o'clock starts for these kinds of games, so that a visiting team can make it back and it's not too late. But these things unfortunately happen with the weather. Thankfully not too late. Still getting back around midnight though. Crossing this one over. Here's a chance. Sending this one in just wide left. Really tough to get a good shot on that one without it hooking the way it did. And so by the time this one gets kicked away, it'll be right around 3 minutes left to play here in Wausau. This one almost in harm's way, but nicely defended by River Falls. Able to get it out to the 20, but then it gets sent in again, this time once again wide left. And so kind of seeing this as a litmus test for both of these two teams to start off the season. Whenever you have these non-conference matchups at the beginning of the season, it's kind of a weird measuring stick because you don't always see these two teams that are playing common opponents, and so you can't really measure those two things up. You have the rare situation for these two teams where they played each other twice last year, so you can kind of see how both teams stacked up. But again, a lot of the time when you see these teams with a lot of seniors, a lot of upperclassmen and experience, those are the teams that usually will will play well at the beginning of the season. River Falls still with plenty of time to establish their identity and really work at this. But again, I'll say it one more time. This was the final score last year. River Falls ended up going to the third round of the playoffs. Last minute and a half of play. And again, the student section, only about 20 people strong over there, but they are cheering. They waited out the storm. They are excited about the first victory of the season here for Wausau East. And a smattering of fans that were still able to stick around after all the rain. A lot of them were hanging out in the concession stand or near the concession stand. A lot of people obviously going to their cars to wait it out. But still, a lot of people still showing up for the last few minutes, and they definitely got a treat. They were Wausau East fans, seeing 3 goals scored in the last 35 minutes of this one. Last 30 seconds of play here, Wausau East. We'll see if they try to fit one in before the end of this match, as this one will move all the way to the far side of your screen. Back towards the corner, keeping this one in bounds, as this one will get knocked away by River Falls. Last 10 seconds, and I don't think either team is going to get an opportunity in these last 10. And so that is your match. The Lumberjacks win their home opener and their season opener, as the crowd cheers them on to what ended up being a later night than we all expected. And so we won't be going down for a post-game interview here tonight, but we would like to remind you to stay tuned here for our Merrill Steel post-game show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
Well, welcome back here to Wausau East High School, as it was once again a longer affair than we expected it to be with that rain delay and lightning delay. And also because of that reason and because of the potential threat of more weather with all the waiting that these teams have already had to do, we won't be doing our typical post-game interview after the show, but still doing our Merrill Steel post-game show, a brief recap of how the game went. So the Lumberjacks were really able to put the pressure on immediately, commanded time of possession all throughout the match, but didn't quite get the first spark until an assist by Abande Msenwa set things up for Benjamin Heller with only 2 minutes left in the first half of this one. Then after the lengthy delay, a goal was immediately scored. And when I say immediately, I mean within the first minute of play. Nikolai was able to get a pass over to Lincoln Holtz, who got the second goal of the match, and then it was two straight for Abande Msenwa. Got two great opportunities right out in front of the net and cashed in on both of them. Those were at 60 minutes and 65 minutes, and that ended up being the conclusion of your match as the Lumberjacks win this one by the same score they beat River Falls at about this time last year, 4-0. And so that does it here from Wausau East. For both of these two teams, River Falls is going to be playing at Altoona on the 27th. That's just this Thursday. And then on Monday of next week, they're going to be going up against Baldwin Woodville. Both of those away games, so waiting until that first home game of the season. As for Wausau East, they'll play Lakeland at home and then play Medford at home. Those games are at Thursday and Saturday of this week, respectively. And so that's what's coming up, and this was a great contest. Again, happy to wait it out with you and happy to have you. Thank you to everyone who tuned back in to see the conclusion. And once again, we'd like to thank you again for tuning in. This is Connor Phillippe saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the flip side.